One.
Welcome to the Rugby Football Union of East Africa grounds this lovely Saturday afternoon in Nairobi. We're here for the semi-finals of the Kenya Cup, and it's KCB who are going to play Nakuru, or it looks like Nakuru on your screen, but it's Nakuru. And I'm Paul Odera, joined by Peter Ochola, and it promises to be a very exciting afternoon indeed.
Definitely, Paul. It's a great afternoon to be here at the RFUEA Ground. Lots of action, two thrilling semi-finals on the log. The first game between Nakuru and KCB about to kick off is definitely going to be a cracker.
It is. KCB just going through their paces. Peter Mutai there in your picture, very experienced. Some of the fans who've come here early as well to try and get the best seat. It is unprecedented, the club championships being beamed live on SuperSport, but it is a good thing for the game here, isn't it?
Of course, for the first time ever, and there we have it, the Kenya Cup log as we stand. Queens on top with one loss. They played 7 games, they lead with 28 points. KCB following closely with 25 points, and in third place, Nakuru, followed by Impala. Those are the 4 top boys.
But the log does count for nothing because it's knockout, so whoever comes good on the day will be through to the final. Nakuru, many have said they may be the weakest of the 4 teams in the semi-finals. However, the boys from the Rift Valley province have come here to play, and they mean business. They look to get into the final.
Of course, a lot of them didn't expect Nakuru in the Final Four, but they are here playing for a place in the final. They've got one foot in it. Who will emerge victorious?
Yes, they do. And we'll be joining Herbert Mwashiro on pitch side with interviews.
A bright sunny day at the RFUEA grounds, perfect conditions for rugby. Good sun, the pitch is in immaculate condition. Both teams ready to play this Kenya Cup semi-finals today at the RFUEA grounds. It's KCB versus Nakuru in the first game, and in the second game, another action-packed encounter. Queens versus Impala, the reigning Kenya Cup champions. It's not happening at the RFUEA grounds. Quality, top-class Kenyan rugby. The Kenya Cup will be decided today. With me is the Kenya national coach who also doubles up as the coach for the KCB RFC, one of the 2 semi-finalists in the first game. Mike Tankotiano, give us a brief about the journey to the semi-finals for KCB.
Yeah, thank you very much, Habo. As you're very much aware, the league structure changed this season. Previously, we used to have a home and away basis, but this particular season it was a one-off, and that made it extremely difficult and made every game as important as the other. We started off with the Mean Machine. That was our first fixture, and arguably the easiest, because we came out with about 58-5 or some score like that. Yeah, but we went on, and Nondis was also a very, very difficult game. Beating Nondis at Jamhuri Park was quite an amazing feat for us, and we almost lost that game, right? And then, of course, came the third game against Harlequins, where we were thrashed 37-12. But I think that was a good wake-up call for us.
Now that you're in the semi-finals, KCB, and you have your 7th players back in the squad, how do you rate Nakuru? And is this going to be a different strategy for you, or is this going to be as usual before?
Nakuru has always been a very, very difficult game for us. And I've said it quite a lot of times that they are very, very unpredictable. You can never know what kind of game plan they are coming in with. They are full of young guys who are very strong, and they're very fast on the breakdown situation. Yeah, so we are approaching it with an open mind, whereby we'll probably just look and see what are their weaknesses for today, and then we will capitalize on that.
Okay, Mike Tankotiano, KCB coach and also national 15th coach. Thank you very much. We wish you, your team, KCB, all the best in today's semi-finals, and may the best team win. Thank you. Pascal Wetuka, coach of Nakuru RFC and a former Kenya international player, now very much in charge of the technical arm of Nakuru. Pascal, Nakuru coming in third in the preliminaries. Is this the year that Nakuru will win the Kenya Cup?
Actually, we started on a high during the season. The season was it's very short. There's only, we don't play home and away. We get to play only one game at a time. So we started very well, beating Mwamba. We came up and we beat Nondis. We beat Strathmore. Then we beat Impala. We lost to KCB. Then we beat Harlequin. So we really played well during the season. And today being a semi-final, so we hope to play much better. We played KCB our last game. They won. We have made a lot of mistakes, but we sat down. We rectified all the mistakes. Then now I think the boys are very ready.
You lost quite a number of players at the end of last season, and yet your team has qualified for the semis. It seems that you're getting stronger and stronger. What is the secret to Nakuru's resurgence?
The secret to Nakuru's resurgence is we always have an academy over there. We take very young guys from straight from school, and we train them. And I might say that we lost a couple of players last season to Impala. But we always have people who can fill those gaps. So it's really a challenge to all those young guys who are playing in Nakuru, and I think they'll play much better today.
The game against KCB, the one stop that is standing in front of you before the final. How are you going to take KCB today, and do you think it was going to be an easy game?
Getting to the semi-finals, all the teams I think they are the best for in the country. So we have to approach the game with very cautiously, and playing against KCB for the second time, I think fate is not on their side. They cannot beat us twice the same league, so we'll take them head on.
Brave words by two determined coaches, Mike Tankotieno of KCB and Pascal Wetuka of Nakuru, both determined to win this semi-final. It's a do-or-die clash for them, eager for the Kenya Cup. And KCB, former champions 2007, and Nakuru, ever wanting to win their first Kenya Cup title. The semi ahead of us today. We'll be right back to you after the break.
static on our cans here. And welcome back to the RFUEA grounds here in Nairobi for the first of the Kenya Cup semi-finals. It's going to be KCB, Kenya Commercial Bank, playing Nakuru from the Rift Valley province. And although Nakuru are saying they're up for it, Peter, KCB do start as favorites, don't they?
Yes, KCB do start as favorites, having gotten to this stage with only one loss in the competition so far. They drew once. They lost to Kenya Harlequin 37-12. And they're definitely up with 1 foot forward in the semi-final.
Yes, indeed. Nakuru had a bit of a mixed fortunes this season with 2 losses. However, too many scraped through, but they said they did the business and got into the semi-finals. KCB in light green and white, Nakuru in dark green and with the dark shorts. Might it be difficult for the referee to pick out these colors, Peter?
Yes, but I think both sides in their play will definitely sort this out. A thrilling semi-final clash in the Kenya Cup. Nakuru RFC taking on Kenya Commercial Bank in the Kenya Cup, a tournament steeped in tradition, started way back in the 70s. First played in 1977, won by the University of Nairobi's Mean Machine. And in the year 2010, in the semi-final, KCB take on Impala. Who will make it to the final?
Yes, who will indeed. And amazingly, the season started a few months back, and it does seem just like a few days ago that we started the season, Peter, and we're actually coming to the semi-finals. And that is the KCB side to start the match. A very experienced team. The front row of Alubaka, Elako and Amusala. Alubaka, the Kenya 15s captain and the KCB captain as well. And at second row is Dennis Mwanja, Kenya 7s international, whose speed and power will be very useful as well. Peter Mutai at number 9, experienced, one of the top point scorers in the Kenya Cup this season. And the back three of Biko, Tieno and Orlando have been devastating form, and they look to put a lot of pressure on Nakuru.
A very strong side. And the lineup for Nakuru with a big win against Kenya Harlequin in the last league match, will field in the front row Baraza, Warui and Nyariki. Those are big boys, and they should play it up front hard with KCB. The second rows of Warren and Nyariki will be flanked by Ouma and Nick Lango. Jay Kong at number 8. He's played for Kenya before. He's been called up for Kenya. At scrum half we have Chirchir. Waruyuki, ever devastating at number 10. Midfield, Combo and Weru Gibson. Weru, the Kenya 7's vice captain. Interesting change of positions there. And of course the back three of Safari, Murai and Yanga.
Yes, it is. A Nakuru side who depend a lot on their team cohesion. Not too many stars who stand out, but that is always good in a team sport, to have that form of synergy. And no clouds today at all. It's been raining for the last few weeks in Nairobi. However, the weather has been kind to us. Man in the middle will be Raymond Oruo, assisted by Godwin Karuga and Kevin Gashoya. And a very experienced trio who've done very many games in the Kenya Cup. And I'm sure they will be looking to get the fairest possible performance this afternoon. Nakuru in a huddle there. They will need to be at their best mentally to be able to see off challenge from the bankers. KCB, one of the fortunate teams in Kenya to have the might of corporate sponsorship with them. One of Kenya's largest banks fully funding them. Nakuru, on the other hand, depend a lot on well-wishers and the support of club members. But it's a match of contrasting fortunes for both teams and probably contrasting styles, but it's all to play for.
Yes, two very physical sides. Nakuru, of course, are always a physical side. Up front, the big front three men will definitely take the game up to KCB, but they're a very mobile team, and we expect a total 15-man game from Nakuru. KCB, on the other hand, look very well prepared. I know they've been drilled. Mike Tankalotenyo, the coach, sounding off an early warning there that they will be looking to put points up on the board from the beginning. So let's keep our fingers crossed. It's going to be a thriller.
Yes, indeed, that is at times the difficulty of coaching. You can make all the statements you can, but once the game starts, it's pretty much out of the coach's hands, and it's the 30 players on the field who'll have to do the business. Almost getting ready to start. Oscar Uma, Calvin Biko, former Kenya under-19 international. Man with a delightful step, very dangerous on the counter-attack. And he will be looking to be put through the back line on attack as often as possible. Michael Tanko Tieno, former Kenya 15s international, Kenya's most experienced coach at the moment, and coaching the 15 side as well. And it will be a battle of wits between him and somebody he did coach, Pascal Wetuka. And we'll see how that plays out. We're about to get started. Raymond Oruo is probably getting some running repairs from Godwin Karuga. And we'll be starting very shortly. But Peter, it is good for the sport to have it being displayed as a product on television, because that is what generates a lot of interest in the game.
Of course, and this is the first semi-final of the 2010 Kenya Cup. KCB taking on Nakuru. Nakuru in the green and yellow strip.
Hold. Simon Wariuki kicks long and deep and too deep, and that is straight out. And that is not the start Nakuru wanted at all. It was obvious what he was going for. He was looking for territorial advantage to put pressure on KCB early on, but it's not paid off. And KCB is a very good attacking option, the center of the field in the first minute of the match.
Unlucky for Wariuki, they're probably trying too hard, putting the kick high and far, but wind conditions a bit tricky here, and I think the wind just blew that one off, so it's going to be a scrum down on the halfway.
Touch, pause, engage.
Solid scrum from KCB, played by Sindu from the back row. Mutai, the chip just over the back line. Well taken by Javin Murai, but it's charged down. No offside. Andrew Amonde sets it up just outside the 22.
Ball up forward.
A mistake there by KCB, knocked on though in a very good attacking position. That charge kick, probably a sign of nerves from the Nakuru fullback. Peter, it is a big occasion, isn't it?
Definitely, this is the big stage. This is the semi-final, and unlucky mistake there. KCB were quick to counter, made the mistake, so it's going to be a scrum down, a defensive scrum down for Nakuru.
Can this Nakuru scrum hold? They do really well. The Congo takes it from the back. What a pass to Warui. Oh dear. Not an ideal start at all for Nakuru.
Look forward.
Definitely not, and Wariuki will be disappointed with himself early in the beginning there, making two early mistakes, the kickoff and the knock on there.
Probably the pass from Congo stayed so long in the air, you could see the KCB back row of Wamae bearing down on him and just took his eye off it.
Crouch, touch. Up, guys, up.
KCB with about 20 meters on the blind side to play with.
Let's touch.
Referee wants them to go with his call, very important in terms of safety.
Touch, pause, engage.
Will they play from the back row? Isindu picks up. Oh, looks like he did. Just knocked it on. A bit too eager from the young man, just 20 years of age, to be playing such a pivotal position at number 8 for a senior club. But he's very talented, a lot of potential, and he's one of the players in the Kenya Sevens Academy, isn't he?
Yes, he is, and just to comment on both sides of the field, seem to be making early mistakes, Paul. Could be field conditions, but once I settle down, we could see more action.
Lots of pressure coming through on the Nakuru scrum. They managed to get it back. Well cleared by Chirchir. Biko, dangerous in attack. Good chase by Nakuru, they covered it well. They've played it, referee says play on, there's nothing wrong with that, the ball was open. And Nakuru have lost it again. Run off! Might be isolated here. Well done, Mutai clears to the right. Alubaka using his strength and power to drive play up. Mutai again. KCB looking to punch close to the breakdown. Dennis Mwanja. Again, so far Nakuru dealing with whatever KCB are throwing at them, but they're losing ground. Alubaka again, second time in as many minutes. And offside, Mutai takes it quickly. Nakuru struggling to scamper back. seems to have been held up. Needs reinforcements quickly.
Much better play by KCB, more structured, building up the attack. They've set up the faces, forced Nakuru to make the early mistakes, and Bori words. Incurring a penalty there. Nakuru seem to have early nerves in this one, Paul, not doing things as they should. The defense doesn't seem to be holding early on in this match.
It was always going to be the case. KCB brimming with confidence. You could see it right from the warm-up. Big contrast in how both teams are warming up. And they've been the quicker team out of the blocks.
Pause again.
Last scrum, there's a lot of pressure going on the Nakuru side. They do really well. Ekongo takes on 1, 2, 3, almost the whole of the KCB backline.
Hold.
Gives his kickers good options. Gibson Weru clears just to halfway. That went backwards. And again, the KCB living dangerously. Might have been better off looking for territory. And Nakuru chasing well.
Yep, leave it.
Space on the left. Mutai again. Malubaka. Yahuma. Combo missing with a solid tackle. Now there's some space. And again isolated. Unlucky Andrew Amonde went through but seems to have caught the support. Napping, and Nakuru are very quick on that ball. That's a turnover. Referee has called timeout. Must be a blood injury.
It was a big strong run by Amonde. He did well, but unlucky his support wasn't with him. He gets isolated, and the turnover there, penalty to Nakuru.
Well, seems Nakuru have settled finally, and they will get into the KCB half for the first time in this game. Warioki takes play just up to the 10-meter line in KCB's half. And again, it's good Nakuru have weathered that storm. It looked like KCB are going to get an early score, but they've done well to consolidate. And they have a good attacking position now.
Yes, well, their defense has held. They've put a lot of pressure on KCB, forced their mistakes, and seem to have settled in that. KCB, Mutai finds Yahuma.
They've lost the ball, there's space to the right. Very well played. Going right through Fabian Orlando. The young man did well. Dennis Mwanja right on the shoulder in support. KCB need quick ball here. Now Mutai wastes too much time with it. Allows Nakuru to set their defense. Looks for Alubaka again to suck in more defenders. And again, KCB playing that one-off pass very well. Almost to Nakuru's 22. Oh, but again, good pressure by Nakuru coming in at the breakdown. But they just knocked it forward. Again, KCB a bit complacent there, yet again at the breakdown. And there's a lot of pressure coming in. That is Graham Combo.
Graham Combo on the blood bin. The midfield for Nakuru is off.
Almost looks like may have grazed his head on the ground. Running repairs by Jotham Muwili. Qualified nurse as well as a coach. Now the blood bin, Nick Yahuma, the KCB fly half as well, being led off former university student at Kenyatta University, and now with the bankers and sporting a new haircut as well.
Good probing play by KCB in this match. They're playing off the one-off pass, taking it straight up, and Nakuru at pains to stop this. I wonder how long it'll hold, Paul.
Well, they seem to be managing so far, and Ekongo again in a hurry to pick the ball up.
That's fine.
And a lot of pressure by Mutai. Took his eye off it.
Come. Here.
And KCB have yet another good attacking option. Will they come to the blind again with the Sindu, or will they play it out to the backs and look to bring in Calvin Zbiko from fullback?
Okay, both sides, let's wait. Let us wait. Right.
Yes, early territory has been to KCB's advantage. They've been in Nakuru's half for the first quarter of this match, predominantly taking the play up to Nakuru. Can they score?
Sindu with a pickup and the dummy. Sindu half through. Sindu still going. 5 meters from the try line. Man on the right. Surely they must score. Oh, the pass didn't go to hand. But they're still consolidated.
Hands.
And Nakuru getting hands in. conceding a penalty. Will KCB go for post, or do they go for touch and look to drive the line out in? Yes, they've gone for the corner.
It's going to be an attacking line out for KCB here. They've got a chance to score well within striking distance. We're going to look to Anthony Ogot high up at number 2. And number 4, can KCB convert this pressure to points? They've been attacking for the last 10 minutes incessantly at the Nakuru. Nakuru defense barely holding.
Well. Big test here for Nakuru. Playing against a much heavier pack. And Graham Combo comes back in. All strapped up and ready to go. Taken very well by Mwanja. Good body positions by KCB. And they've got the momentum. They look to be over the line. Yes, they've scored. Bodies all over the place, but somehow referee Raymond Uru figured it out. But that was very well driven by KCB. They were in a tight bunch, good body positions. They were communicating well, took the ball to the back. Very difficult to stop 5 meters from your try line.
Right, Paul, good clean line out, and you can see the body positions there. They're driving the load. Mutai at the back has the control. The ball is at the front, and there's no stopping that. It's still up and grounded. Good try by the bankers. They score first blood. They draw first blood. So KCB will lead. KCB 5, Nakuru 0.
Peter Mutai to look to add the 2 points. And he pulls that to his left. But it won't matter. It's still KCB 5 points ahead. And Nakuru on the ropes. They have not got into KCB's half, or in fact into KCB's 22 at all in these first 7 minutes.
Right, Nakuru have got to be careful. They've got to keep their defense line. They've got to avoid the mistakes, because we'll look at KCB to keep the pressure off the pass, running straight, running at the standoff, and Wariuki has got a lot of work to do in this one.
Wariuki again, not a very good kick, goes straight down the middle. There's space to the left, but Yauma chooses to go on his own. Offloads to Isindu. And again, the lack of discipline at the breakdown has cost KCB, and it's given Nakuru their first meaningful attacking opportunity of this game.
Yes, Nakuru need to use this. Bernard Chichi and Simon Wariuki need to get their connection and combination going at 9-10. They're crucial for any meaningful movement in the back line. Can they string this together?
Coach, touch, pause, engage.
Good take by Nakuru, did very well on the line of take. Ekongo again to Chirchir. Lango, the acceleration. Good cover by Sindu. Nakuru with a bit of spark in the attack now. But again, the distribution wasn't on. Wariuki, the principal distributor, was nowhere to be seen.
Run off!
Well cleaned up by Gibson. Wearing again, hands in the ruck. KCB looking to put a bit of pressure there. Nakuru guilty there of disorganization in attack, because they needed to have Wariuki as the first receiver, but too many forwards between him. However, they've got the ball back. Lovely, lovely kick. It's a beautiful kick.
And he's found touch. I almost thought that was drifting out with the wind. Great touch kick by Wariuki. Puts them to almost within the try line. And Nakuru need to organize their line out here. If they can sort it out, we could be seeing points on the board for Nakuru. So it's going to be an attacking line out. Can Nakuru convert this to points? Richmond Baraza.
It would be totally against the run of play. Oh dear. Made a hash of that. Referee says no. Closing the gap. Referee gives a free kick. What will Nakuru do? They look for the attack. And again, Rias move. Almost through. 10 meters from the line. Wariuki. Gibson Weru. Wound out the pass for a bit too long. Lango. bundled into touch. And again, the passes were a bit too pedestrian. They needed to go in front of the man to give him momentum, and that allowed the KCB defense to scramble and put that into touch.
That's right, Paul. They weren't too organized on their attack there. They needed to get men in depth, running and attacking the ball. A lot of lateral movement from the Nakuru backs, and easily stuffed out by KCB. Younger was the man who got it out at the wing, but that was stopped early. So it's going to be a line out, KCB.
Well taken by Wamae. Again, Nakuru pulling down in the line out. KCB have some respite and a chance to clear their lines. Very well taken by Wamae. Not the tallest of people. Very talented jumper though. Is that a knock-on? Referee says play on. Now that's a knock-on. Brilliant tackle. KCB are halfway. Mutai arrives.
Back!
Looks suspiciously offside, but referee lets play go on. Mutai opts to go to the left.
Pass it over!
Referee was playing advantage, it's over. Living a bit dangerously. Javan Murai, but he clears his lines quickly. And the KCB support cavalry has arrived in full voice. Traditional drums from Western Kenya combined. But with the line out.
Definitely getting their voices behind their team here. It's got to be an attacking line out for KCB. We've seen them organize themselves. They can have various options at number 4, or number 2, and number 6. Look. Takes it well. Good drive from KCB. They've got men.
Numbers, count the numbers.
And Nakuru had too many men in the line out, so it's going to be a free kick. Mutai with a quick tap. Plays it on to Wanja. The big Kenya Sevens man takes it in, takes 2 men with him. Mutai plays it out.
Ogot spinning round and around, one of the oldest players in this KCB outfit. Dennis Mwanja again.
Roll off, Rock!
5 meters from the try line, still driving KCB. Good pass, Ogot.
Roll off, Rock!
Mutai. Isindu! Try!
Try time. KCB have crossed the line for the second time, and there was no stopping Isindu. He went hard, he saw the line, and he got for the try. Great work try by KCB. Mwanja, the big man, taking it up, setting up the try. Good work by the bankers.
Very good rugby by the bankers. Isindu came at pace, came in from the blind. The defense couldn't pick him up. Put his head down.
And they have a quick ruck. Mutai was on the spot mark, made the pass to Isindu, looks up, sees the gap. Defenders were struggling, stretching out, and the try. Great try by the bankers.
Perhaps Kongo was a bit put out by one of his players, but he enjoyed that. And Mutai adds the 2 points. It's now 10-0 to KCB and Nakuru under the cosh.
Good start for KCB here. They have 2 tries early in this match. Very confident in the play. Overwhelming Nakuru in all departments. Running straight, forcing the mistake, drawing that offside line, and Nakuru have to fall back. They've got to get more organized if they're to stay in this. So right now, KCB leading this one, 12 points to 0. Paul. 2 tries early. You had called it, you had predicted KCB as favorites here. It's early days though. Nakuru can get back into this one.
It's still early days, but KCB look to be cruising. Very good kick. And no one designated to catch that ball. Isindu hesitated. And looked like it came off, but it's a KCB line out. Young man with a lot of potential. Former Nairobi school player and captain. He's now finding his way in senior rugby. Started off with nondescripts, then moved to the bankers. Well taken again by Wamae, the principal jumper. Mutai puts up the box kick. Perhaps would have been better going a bit further. There'll be a bit of trouble. It's 3-on-1. If Murai can move it, combo. Weru cuts back in. Good play. Space on the right if Nakuru can use it. Yes, they can throw Uma. Puts his head down. Uma! Uma! No! Is that a try? Is that a try? No! Into touch. Oscar Uma, Kenya under-20 international. Suddenly Nakuru opened up that KCB defense.
Great turn of pace by Uma. See him sizing up his man. He takes him on the outside, just bundled out before the try line out. But Oscar Uma is a dangerous man. He is quick. He is a star for Nakuru in the 7th game of rugby. And right here, almost scoring the try.
That is when Nakuru will need to attack out wide, 2 or 3 passes from the breakdown. Because KCB have a much heavier and bigger pack. They need to keep the ball away from those big people. And they will start making some inroads to the KCB defense. It's not a bad kick at all. By Brian Omondi.
Green ball.
Pascal Lotoka looking at his notes. So far, Nakuru's line-out has not worked. They've had 2 line-outs, lost both. Can they sort this out? Without a good attacking platform from the line-out in the modern game, very difficult to get a positive result in matches nowadays.
That's right, Paul, and the KCB line-out has stood out. Good variations in their line-out. Wamai taking all the balls. Interesting tactical move there by Mike Tankotieno. I thought Anthony Ogot would be jumping at number 2, but they seem to have varied it, and that definitely has caught Nakuru off guard here. But Nakuru, on the other hand, have to sort out their own line-out. They've got balls, they've got possession, looking for touch, but not finding it in the line-out.
That's fine.
Referee Raymond Orua is happy with the gap. Have Nakuru finally got it? No. Well, it's a knock-on in the line-out. Respite for them again. Nakuru need to sort this line-out. Problems they're having at the moment. Otherwise, they're going to find it very difficult indeed to even claw back into this game. Knock-on by Ogot. Challenged well. But then again, Nakuru are not creating space. Ekongo. Mutai puts his boot to it.
That's fine.
And all sorts of pressure going on at the moment. The scrum's not working, the line-out's not working. Nakuru are struggling to find some form of rhythm in this game.
Yes, they are, and I think KCB have detected that. They're putting a lot of pressure in the scrum down at the front row. And as you can see there, the KCB support.
Yes, there are some people who are enjoying every bit of this game. Nakuru win the line out against that. Well done by Congo. Again, Nakuru driving it. Good offload. Again, Nakuru have got to keep doing more of this. They've got men to the left if they can swing it out. Wariuki opts to go for space. Calvin's Biko, very dangerous. Could be trouble here for Nakuru. Ooh, stepped himself into the ground, Biko. But Mutai recovers well. Very good pass to Yahuma. Ooh, his head almost taken off.
Ooh, that was high. That was high indeed, and Nick Yahuma, the man on the ground, he came in at an angle on a good run.
Captain Green.
Oh dear. Tackle. Nick Lang has been summoned. Might be going for his pocket.
I'm not going to send you off.
Yahuma took it in.
All right, let's go lower. All right, thank you. No.
You can see the high tackle coming in there, just got Yahuma back.
Richmond Baraza. Well, he's lucky to still stay on the field. I think the referee gave him the benefit of the doubt. It wasn't intentional. And Yahuma, who's just had running repairs. Back Michael Tankotieno and Wangila, who's also the team manager for the Kenya 15s team. Very solid managerial backup to this KCB team. Philip Award
sure.
Seems to be right now a bit wobbly though. Catching his press back.
Time on.
Right, and play resumes, and it's a goal. Amazingly, KCB use their second row to kick for touch, a la John Eales of Australia a few years ago. Doesn't find touch on that occasion.
Just puts it high up in there. Mutai fielding well. Has Mwanja coming in at an angle. Good strong run by Mwanja. Takes one in and back to Mutai. They've got space on the outside. Hands coming in. Nakuru frenzy at the defense there.
Hold up forward.
An eventual knock forward by Nakuru. Good attacking chance for KCB. They had men behind the ball and just not able to string their passes together.
Brian Omondi might have been better off keeping the ball, because it is always good to put your hands through the tackle and make the pass. However, at times you need to take the option of taking it in, and on that occasion, didn't quite come off.
Pause, engage.
Oh, KCB. Very good take by Nakuru in that scrum. Again, Kongo under all sorts of pressure. Chirchir. Orioki. Gibson Waru straight down the middle.
Onside.
Not much to that kick at all. Brilliant tackle by Larry Safari.
On. Use.
KCB look again to tie play up. Nakuru did well there to hold
So coming out.
that ball up. Again, perhaps some of the KCB forwards.
Yeah, come.
Well, it's all happening at the RFUEA grounds. Got fans on either side of the field, decked out in orange, green, supporting the team of their choice.
Crouch. Second. Touch. Pause, engage.
Chirchir feeds in. Again, a Congo with that pickup. Might have lost that. Well done by Uma. Weru, combo. Fence off one. Murai with a little dab through. Well judged by Biko. An exciting play with the ball in hand, Calvin's Biko. Yahuma opts to run.
Roll off.
Well done by Omondi. There is space, it's 4-on-1. Oh, and he's put the ball to boot. Should have, oh my goodness.
That's right, he had men on the outside, 4 men. Nakuru would have been at pains to defend that one, but just awareness on the field, I guess. Lack of awareness. All it needs is to look up, see who's opposite you and make the run. And KCB seemed to have squandered a great attacking opportunity there, gifting Nakuru with the line out. Can Nakuru make use of this?
Give.
Richmond Baraza will be the man to throw it in.
They played shot to the front. Much better option there by Nakuru. Again, infringement. As it was a player not rolling away at all. Good call by the third judge. Gashoya.
A much better sense of urgency by Nakuru. You sense that they know KCB could be pulling away early in this half. They need to get themselves on the score sheets there. They've got nothing on right now, and the only way to do that is to play within KCB territory. So can Nakuru make something of this? They've got a great attacking line out. They've got the personnel. Gibson Weru in the midfield has been quite quiet. We expect him to do some magic for his side here. The Kenya Sevens vice captain playing center in this Kenya Cup semi-final.
Short line out by Nakuru, who throw it straight to KCB. They packed the midfield with the back row. Mutai, while he's scrum half, always looking to probe at the base. And again isolated. Referee calls player off his feet. Nakuru going for posts there. Looking to get onto the scoreboard for the first time in this game.
Yes, they should have possibly gone for posts earlier with the line out not working here. So they're taking a stab at goal. But early tries for KCB have put KCB not way ahead in this game, in a much better position there. 12 points ahead. Nakuru with no score yet. Winding down towards the end of this first half here. Can Nakuru
struck it well, but just couldn't come round. Probably just didn't bring his foot round enough. And let off there for KCB, although with a lead of 12-0, they can afford to concede a few points. So what will KCB do from here? They'll go short, but they go long and deep, very deep. Chirchir feels well. Looks for Gibson Weru. Close. Weru runs. Combo. Combative center.
Hold.
Chirchir. Very good offload.
Back.
Slower the breakdown. Didn't have anyone to distribute. Baraza. Still Baraza. Still going. Half crawling on his knees. And they have men, it's 4-1.
Advantage!
Jay Kongo. Nakuru playing with some rhythm now and structure. Chirchir gives the dummy. Baraza.
Offside!
Referee says that there was no advantage from that. I think Baraza was probably looking up at the defender coming to tackle him. Just took his eye off it.
Yes, he was, and the man coming offside was Mwenefi. So much better play by Nakuru. They've built up the faces well here. They've put the pressure on KCB, cleaning their rucks well and keeping the possession. Looking for a bit of a spark from players like Gibson Weru, of course. Traditionally plays for Nakuru at standoff or fly-off, but today he's at center, and they will be counting and relying on leading players like Weru.
Well, Boryuki is going to have another crack at the post from even further out. On his day can be very devastating with the boot. Struck it well. Just missed it. Just shaved the left out of the post there.
Unlucky for Ryuki. He's missed 2 out of 2 now. Not good for his confidence, but when he bounces back, this man is devastating with his kick. So he just needs to find his composure, and he'll be back in this one. KCB firmly leading this, they're in charge, but pinned in their own half by Nakuru for the last 10 minutes. Restart.
Strange kick by Omondi. Weru.
Run off!
Does well. Kuru get numbers to the breakdown. Chirchir, that may not have been the wisest option. That's away with it. Baraza again.
Went back!
Yet again, Baraza standing between the fly half and the scrum half and delaying that pass. Nakuru will be lucky if they get this back. And yes, they do. It was. Referee gives a scrum to Nakuru. They're fortunate to get away with that.
Your ball, you had it.
Yes, they are. That was a lack of awareness by the big man. He got himself in between the standoff and the fly-off, causing a bit of confusion there. Not the first time it's happening. I'm sure Nakuru technical bench will be looking to correct that at halftime, but right now they have the scrum down just beyond the halfway.
Coach,
can they take play
touch,
to KCB?
Pause, engage. And stay bound! Stay bound!
The Congo. Orioki almost charged down by Omai, who was flying at him. Biko at pace. Mutai looking for space and probing. Delightful dummy by Mutai.
Rock!
Ogot distributes. Mwanja. And it's still KCB fully in control.
Rock!
Again punching close. Ronnie Mwenesi. Alubaka spinning off one tackle. And this is vintage KCB play. Punching close, then looking to go at Mwanja again.
Advantage! Offside!
Build that.
Let's get back foot! Back foot!
Offside Nakuru.
Great play by KCB there. They scored 2 early tries with that systematic attack, playing the ball off the first runner, setting up the platform, and they're cleaning the rucks very well, putting a lot of pressure on the Nakuru defense, forcing the offside, and it's good work by the bankers.
But I think if Nakuru can be a bit patient up on the defensive line, they may be able to counter this KCB attack, because KCB are not moving left or right. Their runners are coming in straight. They're not putting a lot of pressure on the defense in terms of movement. If Nakuru can just get back quickly enough and then hold their ground, they will be able to make their tackles. KCB pulled that horribly to his left.
Godi!
Amonde having a go there. Mutai is normally their main kicker. Strangely, they gave Amonde the responsibility at that time.
So the crowd is building out here at the RFUEA Ground. This is the first semi-final of the Kenya Cup. Nakuru RFC from the floor of the Rift Valley, up at high altitude, taking on Kenya Commercial Bank in the first semi-final. KCB lead this one. Restart. Wariyuki puts it high up, just over half. Unlucky mistake there by Sindhu. He took his eye off his chest. And you don't see Sindhu make such mistakes. The try scorer earlier, unlucky, takes his eye off it, and with a knock-on. So he's gifted Nakuru with a scrum down.
Perhaps he's a young man still learning the ropes at senior level. I think one of the lessons will be keep your eye on the ball all the way into your hands. Running repairs to KCB equipment. And we're ready to restart.
Crouch! Touch! Pause again!
Again.
Stay bound! Stay bound!
Nakuru able to take KCB on the take. Chirchir! Chirchir is through! Can he find him? Biko was taking no prisoners at all.
That's fine!
Nakuru take it quickly. KCB have scrambled back well, but there's still a lot of pressure on them. Not 10. And they were not back 10. What will Nakuru do from here?
Much better play by Nakuru. Chirchir was smart. He took the ball on the,
on the 5,
shot, dashing off on the short side there. Just lacking a man in support, close enough to make the try. So can they convert this? They're going to look to make the play.
Well, again.
Run off! Get off!
All the forwards are in there. Baraza looks to take on.
Run off! Get off!
Of the KCB scrum. Goes back 5 meters.
Playing advantage!
The referee playing advantage.
Get up faster! Faster!
Well, KCB have got to be careful with these penalties right at the try line there. I don't think the referee will have any more of this. We could see a card if the tackler is not rolling away. They've got to do it faster, and the new laws of the game, the tackler must roll away. Referees worldwide are calling this, and there's no exception here.
Well, Nakuru have opted for a line-out. They've not won one line-out yet this half.
Wait, out.
Very brave call.
Step.
But Nakuru are not creating space at all. They're just jumping right from the spot. The problem with that is KCB are able to read it quickly, and Nakuru knock on in the line out, and they've lost an opportunity to score a try. They may have been better off taking the scrum down.
Yes, because they've had problems with their line out. KCB putting a lot of pressure. They've got jumpers like Omayo Goat, and if you have such men on the line out, you're going to have a problem. Nakuru unable to contest and compete effectively and have lost it. It's going to be a scrum down to KCB. Can Nakuru put the pressure? Tie with the feet.
Backward breaking. And Nick Lango caught in that classic back row position where you anticipate the ball has come out, and then you see the referee telling you to get back. So back row not bound.
Unlucky for Nakuru once again in a great attacking position. They had their line out, didn't make use of it, could not put enough pressure on the KCB scrum to turn it over, and now KCB with a bit of reprieve. Kick for touch slightly over the 22, and it's still going to be a KCB line out.
And it's full traditional dress, the KCB support. Alubaka to throw in for KCB. That judge Kevin Gashoya, a teacher at Hillcrest. To Amaya again, tips it back. Nakuru putting a lot of pressure at the breakdown. Nakuru unlucky there. They had turned that over, but they knocked it on in their rush to move the ball forward.
That's right, Paul. Nakuru just seem unable to have that finishing, that missing link, that spark that connects the pace play into an attack that makes sense. I have a feeling that playing Gibson Weru out at center is not working as well as it should for Nakuru, because all that skill and talent is far out. If they can't get the ball out to him where he is, it's not going to work. They probably want to think of bringing him closer to either 9 or 10.
High box kick by Mutai almost came off for them. And that is half-time. Referee Raymond Oruo, apologies for our clock. Referee calls it. That is 40 minutes. It has been a half of contrasting fortunes for two teams. KCB started the stronger of the two, and they are 12-0 ahead. It's all to play for in the second half. And welcome back to the Rugby Football Union of East Africa Grounds for the second half of the Premier Club competition in Kenya. It is KCB playing in light green and white shorts, playing Nakuru, playing from right to left. It is KCB leading 12 points to nil. They look to be cruising, but it's just one try and Nakuru will be right back in it, Peter.
Yes, it was quite a formidable first half for KCB. Scored 2 early tries, then kind of sat back in cruise control mode and kind of wiled away the first half. So right now, it's another 40 minutes. Nakuru definitely need to put early points on the board and get back into this match. So KCB with a start.
Fabian Orlando kicks it high, right into the 22. Nakuru struggled to deal with that. Looks suspiciously like a knock-on.
Move. Scrum down.
And referee has called it. And again, Nakuru not dealing with that high ball confidently enough, and they've allowed KCB to start this second half the exact same way they started the match in the first half.
Yeah, very well pointed out. They have struggled in the set piece, Nakuru. Their line out has been wanting. They've taken a lot of pounding in the scrum down.
Pause, engage!
Receiving the kick hasn't worked for them, and the mistake here is a testament to that.
Stay bound!
Good scrum by KCB. Mutai clears. Chirchir did
Roll
well.
off! Roll!
Read it very well, scrum up. Yahuma. Pass to Omondi. Delayed a bit too long with it.
Get off! Roll off! Roll off, Sakla!
KCB still have it. Got men to the left if they can use it. Again, Mutai.
2!
And again, Nakuru caught offside.
Thumping tackle coming in by Nakuru. But they were offside, well spotted by referee. It's going to be a penalty to KCB, putting a lot of pressure. You can see the tackle there going on Isindu, and the ref's whistle saved him. Saved by the whistle.
I don't know who was saved by the whistle, because it's Nakuru player who may have been in trouble if he followed through with the tackle. Looked like Peter Mutai was shaping up to kick. Nobody's left it to Fabian Orlando, the youngest player in this team. Was playing schoolboy rugby last year in Western Province for Kakamega, and now has the responsibility of kicking in the semi-final. Struck it well, struck it very well, and that is another 3 points to KCB. It's now 15-0. Nakuru have a mountain to climb.
Great kick by Orlando there. He stretched this lead, 15 points up. Nakuru with no scores on the board yet. They've got to sort out their set piece. And I'm back on Gibson Meru. Gibson Meru has not been involved much in this game. We need to see more of him, because he's the kind of quality Nakuru will need to string this together.
Well. Can Nakuru get back in this match? Uruki opts for the shot and high kick this time. Works out really well. Excellent kickoff by Nakuru. And they're up to the 22 already.
Hold.
That's what a good kick does. Uruki looks for the drop kick, snatched at that. Oh dear. An Ovaiga ball boy and he knocked on. What do you call that, Peter?
Knock on. So, unlucky drop kick for Wariyuki there. He skewed it off his boot.
Pull them back.
Went wide, and Nakuru give away possession. They seem to be giving away possession far too easily. Kicking away balls, not recovering them, and just making basic elementary mistakes. And they're going to struggle if
That's
they
fine,
continue
that's fine,
with
I've
this.
seen.
Referee stopped play and has called the Nakuru captain.
We've talked about this, eh? Let guys keep the teeth to themselves. Please don't bite someone. Tell your guys not to bite. That's the second bite I've seen. Oh!
Well. That is not something you want to see in the game of rugby at all. That is...
No. There is a mark.
Completely
That's the second one I'm seeing.
unacceptable.
Nimeona. Come on, guys. It's even dangerous. Please don't.
Changes by KCB.
Don't. That's
Arthur
the second
Shikwe
bite mark. No,
coming
please.
off the bench for Curtis Lilako.
Yeah. Okay, do this. Do this. Let's treat it as blood. Come back. Sorry,
So
now
the
come
try
back.
by Kenny Sindu, second try in the first half. Came in from the blind at pace. Very difficult to deal with that as a defender.
Yes, Paul, it was great awareness by Mutai. He saw Isindu coming at pace, looked up, and Isindu did not turn back. Smelled the line and went for it. And that was KCB's second try. Great try there. So KCB leading this one by 15 points. KCB with a restart.
Deep. Omar swerves and weaves.
It's a rock.
Takes play right up to halfway. Warioki. Combo. Again, steps in very well. Keep it play. Good clean out by Nakuru. Much better from Nakuru. Warioki. Weru. Dennis Mwanja hanging out in the midfield. Went a bit too high, brushed off. And unlucky again, Nakuru tried to pick that ball up. And again, it's just been the story of Nakuru's play in this game. Whenever they're able to generate some go forward and put pressure on KCB, someone's a bit overeager or somebody takes his eye off the ball and they let KCB off the hook. If they can keep any bit of sustained pressure on KCB, they will be rewarded with some points.
That's right, Paul, and credit to KCB. They've held their defense well. When Nakuru have pressured them, they've been up in numbers, forcing the pressure. Isindu beats one tackler. Got quick for the clean up.
Ball came back.
Alubaka sets up the maul. Tai makes the clearance. Ball straight out, so it's going to be a line out on the 22. Line out to Nakuru.
Well, that's probably the first mistake Mutai has made in this game. He's been playing very well as a pivot. Can Nakuru sort their line out?
Go.
Oh dear.
Let's go back. It's fine. Give it back.
Referee has asked them to take it again.
Your guys are even going.
Substitution. Two subs coming on.
Arthur Shikwe and Collins Kimani are the fresh legs coming on for the bankers. Shikwe, a seasoned hand. And Mike Tankotieno knows
Go.
that bringing on Arthur Shikwe just to steady the ship and hold the fort in the front row is key. The men coming off have done their job for the bankers in this semi-final.
No, you stay there. That's fine.
Apparently, Peter Mutai, who's been playing very well at scrum half, coming off as well. Nakuru finally win one line out. Oma offloads beautifully. Weru again. Combo took his eye off it. And KCB with that direct play that has served them very well so far in this game. Through.
Pass it over.
Monesi.
Run off.
Great cover tackle. Mwanja. Still Mwanja.
Rug. Advantage.
And this could be trouble for Nakuru. KCB have numbers here. Uma ducking and weaving.
Zipping advantage. Run off.
It's still KCB with the ball. Referee still playing advantage. Oh God!
Run off.
Very straight and decisive running there by Nakuru. You saw them play the ball off the man. Dennis Mwanja seemed to taking the ball in hard. Nakuru had pains to stop them, and when the bankers get into their rhythm, they are devastating. Demonstrating why. There you have Ogot, and the tackler just did not roll away. Lango tries getting his hands on it, and it's a penalty to KCB. Good play by the bankers.
So what's the call? Alubaka, I think, has called for the line out. Now, if KCB score here,
Line up there. Time out.
referee has called timeout.
Catch here.
Third judge Godwin Karuga, an insurance broker by profession and now radio technician. For the next few minutes.
That's right. This is semi-final of the Kenya Cup League, coming to you live from Nairobi at the RFUEA Ground. The first encounter, the first thriller between Kenya Commercial Bank and Nakuru. KCB leading this 15 points to 0. They have been in charge. They're looking dangerous.
Yes, the modern game, Peter, referees almost look like universal soldiers with gadgets all over them.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? And you talk? Talk.
You can see the sweat dripping off Raymond Ruo's face. Temperatures in the high 20s, although they have dropped ever so slightly.
Coming.
And St. Mary's School Nairobi, who
Hold.
participating in the national championship that just ended, have come into what's this crash. Wanesi takes well. Good control by KCB. They're being very patient with it, but Mwanja breaks off. Ogot! It's Ogot! Those 35-year-old legs galloping all the way and scoring, one of the oldest players in this KCB team.
Anthony Ogot did not look back. He saw his gap, he saw the try line, stealing it off the back, and he went for the try line. Fends off one defender. The man is big and tall, stretches out. Great try by Anthony Ogot.
Almost looked like Dennis Mwanja had taken the right option by breaking away from the maul. However, Ogot was on hand.
And Nakuru at sevens, at pains to defend that. They just could not get their hands onto Anthony Ogot. Too big and strong.
Well. This is getting very difficult indeed for Nakuru. And despite that miss by Fabian Orlando,
Tell me something.
it is 20 points that Nakuru need to claw back within the next 30 minutes if they are to have any chance at all of making it to the final next week. They need some intervention somewhere to sort out their line out. They need some composure at the breakdown at the moment, Nakuru. Can the leaders in this team, Warioki, Kombo, and Weru, pull the rest of the team together and get them back into this match? Monesi, been in rampant form this second half.
Yes, he has. Ronnie Monesi has been all over, taking it up to KCB. You can see once again, he claims the kickoff, builds it up, takes it in, and forces the penalty. Good play by Monesi.
If you find yourself there, stay there. Because you're moving now, you're interfering with play.
No, misses touch, not out. What can Nakuru do from here? Came back well.
Up.
What's the call?
Just come down.
Surely those were hands in there.
Yes, there were hands in the ruck.
But our opinion doesn't matter.
Hold, wait.
There's going to be a scrum down.
Laces.
Waiting for laces to be done.
Good. Ready? Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Again, that speed over the mark by Nakuru, serving them well in the scrum. Warioki. Weru. Again, winding that pass up. Looks like a high tackle.
That's fine. Put the ball down. That's fine.
Raymond Ruo stops play.
Okay, I saw it. Yeah. 13. Caution or yellow card?
Oh dear.
So he went with the ram. Okay. So 13? Yeah, 13 white? Yeah. Yellow. Yeah. The yellow card. Penalty on the 15. Okay. Captain!
Well.
Number 13.
Looks like
13.
a yellow card for Andrew Amonde, the Kenya Sevens international. And this might be crucial indeed.
When going to the tackle, you must go in with both arms and not stiff arm. But because of that, no. Because of that, you have to go.
Edwin Alubaka putting on his most innocent choir boy face to no avail.
Time on!
It was high, but I wonder whether it was intentional or not, because the attacker was falling down. Unlucky for Monday. That's the yellow card. Change coming on for Nakuru.
David Onyango coming on for
Simon Mariuki.
Oh, thanks.
Simon Mariuki hasn't had...
what can Nakuru do from this line out? And finally Nakuru looking to create some space, and they do get it. And KCB's discipline
On the line!
seems to be unraveling at the moment. They've tapped it. Again driving through. 3 meters from the try line. Can Nakuru score against 14 men?
No.
Driving it close, but they get off.
Back foot!
Otwai Chichir. Oh, and there's a sea of green coming. Oh, good hands. Murai. Safari.
Run off! No, that's fine! No!
And again, Nakuru driving in close.
Run off!
Baraza might not have been the right option going on his own, but he's strong enough. Keep it. Chichir. Almost there. Edwin Nyariki. Some very dogged defense here by KCB.
Back foot, back! Hold!
But this is slow ball, not what Nakuru wanted.
Playing advantage!
Gibson Weru.
Back foot!
Gibson Weru weaving. Gibson Weru stepping. Still going.
Back foot!
Offloaded.
Keep going, go!
Baraza gets it back.
Back foot!
Chirchir to the blind. Baraza! Very good try. Richmond Baraza. Looked like he was just going to be put into touch, but he had the strength, power, and presence of mind to reach over just in time. Well.
They kept prodding on the short side. They went on the outside. Baraza had a bit of space. He does a lot of work there. He's got 2 defenders on him. Fends off one, stretches, and it's a great try by Baraza. Good play by Nakuru. They've got their names on the score sheet for the first time in this game. Nakuru 5, KCB 20.
Well. Could this be a turning point in this game? KCB getting a man sent off. Nakuru replying immediately with a try. Still a big mountain to climb, Peter, isn't it?
Yes, it is. We've seen KCB come back, bounce off and score tries. They've been more solid and structured in their attack. And definitely this try is going to rattle them a little. They're 14. There's 1 man down. They've been 14 on the field. That could have affected their defense on that play. Andrew Amonde, the man yellow carded. But Nakuru have got themselves on the score sheet nonetheless. Good awareness, good presence, good try.
And Moroki sliced that across it well wide. But a try does make a difference to any side's psyche. And Nakuru looks like the tails are up.
That's right, Paul. They needed that try. They needed to get onto the score sheet. 5 points has done them good. They need to hang in there. They need to keep their patience, structure their plays, organize their set pieces, because their lineouts have been a bit wanting. They've got to be strong on the scrum. KCB have made a few changes to beef up their front row.
Like a black bin. Graham combo coming off.
When you're ready.
To have that attended to once again. Must be the same injury from the first half. Can Nakuru deal with this ball? They do. Che Kongo takes it well. Warioki. Well, they're running it. Gibson Weru. Lango, the step. Weaves. Passes. It's a ramp on Nakuru side. Unlucky. Just should have a bit more composure from the Nakuru support there. There was no KCB defender in front of them.
No, there wasn't. And Nakuru had men. They had 3 men running on the outside. You just see the final touch there with the knock-on. Unlucky for Nakuru. Can they pressure this scrum down and force their possession back? They've got their tails up. They've just got to try. Can Nakuru claw back into this game?
Yeah, that's fine. Hold. Laces.
Again, we've got laces being done up.
Let's go.
And KCB have been slow.
Touch.
On the engagement.
Pause, engage.
Nakuru have been able to be much quicker over the mark in the scrum, and that has allowed them to get some forward momentum. Referee is not happy with that.
Crouch.
With Moses Amusalia.
Pause, engage.
Nice one.
Stay bound.
Much better scrum. Isindu steps one.
Run off. Please, and roll off.
Tackler not rolling away. Great break by Isindu. Drag 2-3 men.
Now, let's release, faster. Let's release faster and roll off,
Yes, the new rules as well been very strict on the tackle and the breakdown, especially in allowing the tackled player to play the ball. It's such a difficult area to referee in a game of rugby because things happen in split seconds. Not the best kick to touch. Lango returns it with interest. Very good kick.
Definitely. Net gain in that play has been to Nakuru. Unlucky for KCB, they did not find touch. And it's always hard on your players when your kicker does not find touch off a full penalty, because you're looking at the possession and the positioning on the field.
Andrew Amonde already up on his feet.
One step.
Got to come back. He's done reasonably well. Very good movement by KCB in the line out. Again, that's what Nakuru need to take a lead from. Creating space for the jumper. And KCB have been doing that very well.
Numbers on the line out. Count numbers.
KCB take quickly. Yahuma. Oh, beautiful pass on the wraparound. Still Yahuma. One of the key players in this KCB team. And there's a lot of space on the right. Almost 3-on-1. Isindu should have passed it, surely. Kenny Isindu again taking the wrong option and taking the ball in.
Yeah, and you can see he's not happy with that. He knew he should have made the pass. He had men on the outside. And Andrew Amonde coming back on after his 10 minutes in the bin. KCB back to 15, their full complement here. They had an opportunity to score just now. Squandered. It's going to be a scrum down.
Count numbers, please. They matter.
What can Nakuru do
Touch.
from here?
Pause, engage.
20 minutes left in this game. Less than 20 minutes.
The longer you take, let's reset it.
Referee asks for that to be reset.
Faster.
And Nakuru were caught cold in that set.
Hold. Blood being back.
Blood bin substitution. Graham Combo comes back in. Been attended to.
Okay.
Right, and we're all set to go.
Crouch.
Really low.
Touch. Pause, engage.
Again, KCB's front row. Oh dear.
9. Don't stand in his way. Keep moving.
Okay.
Don't deliberately block him.
Yep, you heard the call from the referee. There was blocking.
Standing on his path. When he's coming, you're blocking. Don't do that. No. I'm telling you.
Well, he's told him.
Full penalty. KCB with a chance to get into the score sheet once again.
It's unnecessary. Just play. Let's play.
I've seen the lineup. It's quite well organized.
I think this might be probably game set and match if KCB score from here. Peter. Let's see. Alubaka makes the call. Will they go to Amai? They go to Mwenesi. Very good counter drive by Nakuru, but they haven't stemmed the tide just yet. KCB have reorganized well. They've got the drive, the ball's at the back. They're well in control of it. Looks like Ogotu has it.
White, use!
Referee has called for them to use it and they did not use it. Well done by Nakuru.
Yeah, they just managed to stop that. Fortunate for them, it was a well-worked line-out by KCB. Philip Wamai took it well up in the air. The counter drive from Nakuru was hard and fast, and they have managed to stem the tide for now. Good defense by Nakuru.
Hold. Couch. Touch. Balls engage.
Again, back of the KCB loose head, bowing in, and the referee has not picked that up.
Hold.
Kongo.
Back foot. Get to the back foot.
And Gibson Weru, perhaps. But now they've heard the whistle. Offside by the KCB defense.
Both sides just seem to be losing a bit of discipline, especially on the fringes with their backrow men. They need to keep that discipline. For Nakuru, who are trailing especially, for KCB, they've made the changes, they've brought in fresh legs. Can they stretch their lead?
And that is the advantage of a team of KCB's size, that their bench has a lot of depth. Can't say the same for Nakuru, and I suspect they may be looking to see out this game. The players they have on the field. And Nakuru making a substitution.
Count numbers, you have time.
Larry Safari coming off for Nakuru.
Stop it again. Keep going. Go. Gash, angalia mbele.
So Dan Ogedi comes on for Larry Safari, who has looked one of the more dangerous Nakuru runners. Baraza!
Ferocious play by Baraza. Ripped it off the attacker. Nakuru going forward. Gibson Weru spills it. They're under pressure. The ref has stopped play there.
Yeah, no advantage from the knock-on. Again, Weru, perhaps in that unfamiliar position of center, taking his eye off the ball. He's not been as effective as he is normally playing the pivotal positions of 9 or 10. And,
yes, and I thought that would have been in Nakuru's strength to play Weru at 9 or 10. They have chosen to play him at center.
That's a mark.
It's hard to get the ball to him, and he's such a devastating player with ball in hand. Uncharacteristic mistake there. Scrum down.
Good drive by KCB.
Ball! You're ahead of the ball. That's your outside line.
Now what will Nakuru do from here? I don't know if there's any wisdom in going for that line out. Beautiful kick though.
Yep. Five on Nakuru, I want to keep it in play. They've won less than 10% of their lineouts here.
Watch the ball.
They possibly won the territory and contested, and
you're ahead of the ball.
You know, hope for the best out of 50-50 contest on the lineout. But the Nakuru lineout has been wanting throughout this match.
Well. Again, they are not creating space for their jumper at all. They're very static before the throw, so they're not troubling the KCB defense. They need some movement in this lineout. That was some movement. It was done at a very pedantic pace.
Yes, it was. I could almost tell without watching that Nakuru would lose that line out. A lot of pressure, like we said earlier. Philip Omai and Ronnie Monesi high up in the line out in Nakuru's faces, just making it hard for KCB. And there we have schoolboys from St. Mary's School, have been playing in the Kenya School 7-a-side competition. Paul, I know you've been part of that.
So have you.
Coach,
Scrum down, Nakuru.
Pause, engage.
Just outside the 22.
Stay bound.
The Congo finally gets some go forward with that pickup. They need a quick ball. Warioki. Weru telegraphed it, but Combo does well to stay on his feet.
You stay there. Your captain, come.
Oh dear.
Stay.
Could it now? For a moment there, I thought it was Andrew Amonde again.
We're now not releasing, eh? We're not releasing. Yeah? That's the last warning. Yeah?
A minute, please.
The next guy is going, eh?
A minute, please.
And Alubaka has promised brimstone and fire on his teammates, as he's been told to have a chat with them, and Warioki goes for the post. Strangely though, he had already called in his team before referee called timeout. If Ireland, South Africa, summer tour a few years ago when Don Smith called in his team and Ogara took a quick one.
I remember that one when we talked about the discipline in this match. It's going to cost whoever makes the most mistakes here. Both teams have just got to keep their composure and keep their discipline. Nakuru with a chance. Put another 3 points on the board. Warioki strikes it high and hard, but just not good enough. Drifts to the left, so the score will remain KCB 20, Nakuru 5.
It's just not come off for Nakuru today. Warioki was normally a competent kicker, struggled to find his radar today. And Pascal Watuka must be wondering just what he must do.
Get them back, get them back, get them back, get them back.
To close this gap. Because at the moment, it's not like they have a lot of time. And KCB seem to be cruising. Ekongo, can he spark something for Nakuru? Takes route one, straight and hard. And KCB look to put pressure. They may have committed too many defenders. And that line that the Nakuru attack pick just made it easy for the KCB defense. Again, isolated, lucky. But there's space now. Baraza does well with the pass. Combo spins off one. Tieno with the pickup.
That's fine.
KCB looks suspiciously offside. Again, they're taking that line inside the ball, but it's working for them.
Hold back.
They need quick ball. Weru. Tieno again.
Advantage.
Referee playing advantage. And that is a tackle. But there's space. Warioki. Oh no, the pass needed to go to hand. But there's still Murai. Still advantage.
Let's go back there.
No advantage.
Much better play by Nakuru on the attack. Much more structured and composed. They seem to be having men on the run. The support play is good, and they've got the penalty here.
Hold it.
Warioki looked for a moment to be thinking of taking a quick one. Less than 9 minutes left in this game. Referee has stopped time. And Peter, it's now or never for Nakuru. This was the sole try by Nakuru. Richmond Baraza came in low, used his strength, all his experience. Former Kenya international,
both.
Has not been a regular in Michael Tanko Teno's starting lineup over the last 2 seasons. But he's still playing some very good rugby.
Time on.
And another change for KCB. Coming on is Xavier Makuba for Kenny Sindu. Kenny Sindu, try scorer in this match, has done his part for his team.
Perhaps Michael Tanko Tieno needs
Rock.
close this game out and be more for defensive mindset than an attacking one.
Run off!
And I think there may be a card. I think there may be a card. It seems Alubaka's warnings didn't work. And that's it.
The replacement.
Although to be fair to Shikwe, he was on his feet and he had driven over. So I think he's hard done by that, and that's it for him for the remainder of this match, isn't it?
Yes. It's going to be 10 minutes in the bin. Nakuru with the attack. Oscar Oma with the drive.
Run off!
They need to get it out fast. Go on the short side. They get the ball to the back. Nakuru. Baraza is in for the second try. Just dropped. Unlucky for Baraza. So close there.
So close. How close was that?
Number 8. 8. I think that's what they've done.
See him there just short of the try line. Good defense by Ronnie Mwenesi. Almost pulled the ball off his hand. You can see it there.
Inside. Somebody has to go out.
Unlucky.
Tano. Ball is yours. Okay, can you decide quickly?
Right, what's seems some
Front row,
indecision
front
on
row.
the KCB side.
Just give front row, eh? They're bringing in a front row. Go, 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 go.
Looks like Charles Philip Wamai.
Five.
Philip Wamai coming off because it is a scrum down, so they need a specialist front row.
Shadrach Oyaro, the man running on. KCB replacement.
Okay, that's a mark. That's a mark. That's a mark. Time on. Touch. Balls engage. Stay bound.
Nakuru getting the drive in against 7 men. Oh dear.
The resurgence of Nakuru in this match, driving KCB for the first time almost. And they had KCB tumbling. Good scrum down by Nakuru. Can they do that again?
And they do it again. They're running out of time. They need to score, and they need to score now if they are to have any chance at all of making it to the final. It's 20 points to 5.
Coach, touch. Balls engage.
They need to score at least 3 times. Overhaul this deficit. They're keeping it tight. Very good drive by Nakuru. When was the last time you saw a pushover try, Peter?
Solid scrum by Nakuru.
That's fine.
They now seem to have lost it off the contact.
The tiniest player on the field rips it from one of the biggest. And bizarrely,
Holding.
Nakuru a penalty. Oh dear.
You have to take it to the mark.
What will Nakuru do from here?
Here.
Go for the scrum, man.
No.
They've chosen to run it. Again with that set move. Baraza.
Run off. Rock.
KCB were having none of that this time. Chirchir clears. Oma has been quiet in this second half.
Run off. Get off.
Chirchir again. Warioki. Yes, that's a good decoy. Could this be a try? Pass it! No! Why did he pass it? It's still there. It's still there for Nakuru. Gibson Weru. Warioki.
Run off.
Takes his small frame. Almost. Weru. Great pickup. Should have passed it. And Weru again knows the space out wide. Could this be the try? Baraza!
Unlucky for Nakuru. They had the man from the first movement on the other side of the field, almost making the wrong decision all the time. And when they get it out, Baraza just unable to keep his hands on it. That was almost academic. He just needed to catch it, bury his head down and go for the try. Primary mistake there, unlucky.
And I think that sums up Nakuru RFC's afternoon. Less than 5 minutes to go. They had a golden chance.
Coach, touch, hold again.
Baraza only had to catch it. But a lot of pressure going into that. So that's run down.
Rock!
KCB clear, but only just. Murai takes it. The new man, Ogedi, to combo. Live wire center. Holds on well.
Run off! Run off! Leave it!
KCB need to be careful. Already one play in the bin because of an infringement at the
Out,
tackle.
out, out! Green!
Koryuki, from the old pass. Oh dear.
What was that? So unlucky for both sides. They just couldn't get the passes going. The 9-10 has hardly worked for Nakuru in this one. This is just a demonstration of that. Not getting passes to hand. It's basic rugby. You must get ball to hand. Failure to it in an attacking position, you're not going to do much. So Nakuru once again...
How many? Stoppage, how many?
Almost resembled Darian Robbins' volley over the week.
Crouch! Touch! Hold again!
Good scrum. There's space. Chuchu! Lango! Too early. But Lango does well. Was that? Nothing wrong with that.
Just running out of gas there in the end.
Oi, oi!
There you
I can
have
cost
him.
you, eh? If you do
Makes
that,
the kick.
gotta take it now.
Adequately
Take it.
covered. Probably wasn't going to generate much anyway, so...
Credit to Fabian Orlando, though. He did really well. Timed his tackle to perfection. It was one-on-one. You'd have backed Nick Lango to score. Deep kick. Right. Looks for the chip. Beautifully taken by Ogendi. What a step! Ogendi! Can Ogendi go all the way? Try! What a try by Dan Ogendi, the substitute.
An amazing run by Ogendi there. He had so much gas in his legs. Look at that. Shimmies one and he looks down and he's gone. Who's going to catch him? Catch me if you can. Great try by Ogendi.
Well. Ball in the wrong hand, but does it matter when you're that fast? Over. Have Nakuru left it too late? Or will we see a remarkable end to this semi-final? Crucial kick by Warioki.
Yeah, he just needs to take his time, compose himself. And it's wide. Unlucky for Warioki, so 2 minutes of official playtime left. Nakuru 10 points adrift. Can they pull this one off? KCB taking on Nakuru.
Big ask, Peter, big ask. Big ask. They must run from kickoff, score, and then score again.
Yeah, if you put it that way, yes.
Although stranger things have happened in this game of rugby. Let's see what they do from this. That's the wisest option by KCB.
Went back!
Yeah, Warioki knows. Keep the ball in hand.
Rock!
They've got space if they launch an attack here. Baraza. Baraza still going. 4 tackles now.
Rock! Take it in!
Warioki looks suspiciously forward. Play on. Bombo. The offload. Still going across. Well wrapped up by KCB.
Run away! Release!
Nakuru come off for that one. They are lucky. They moved the ball across, shifted it all the way across without any forward movement as such. Are they going to look for touch here? I'm sure they've asked for. They asked the ref the time as the clock is winding down.
Strange decision. The lineup that's not worked for the last 80 minutes.
Yep.
It's a big ask to think it's going to work in the 81st minute.
Well, football. I mean, Nakuru have struggled in their set piece. Their line-out has been wanting. The scrum-down hasn't been as solid as we've seen it in the past. Coming into this game upbeat after a win against Harlequins in the league matches, now trailing by 10 points in the dying minutes of this first semi-final of the Kenya Cup.
So it looks like it's going to be KCB into the final.
Good run by Wanja.
And will KCB just
Kick it out. Time up.
nudge that into touch and call it a day?
Time up.
And I think that's what they'll do. Ogot kicks it out. And that's it. Kenya Commercial Bank are in the final of the Kenya Cup. They are in contention to win the Premier Club competition in Kenya. They last won it in 2007, a nail-biting final against Queens. But it was KCB, the more composed, the more organized, the more mature team today afternoon. And they started as favorites, and the form book has not been upset. We'll be going pitch side with interviews with Herbert Moshiro, who has the captains ready for the interviews.
Well, another exciting game. 2010, the score between Nakuru and KCB. KCB romp into the finals of the Kenya Cup. With me is the captain of Nakuru, Nick Lango. Nick, it didn't work your way today.
We started poorly. Trying to catch up was just difficult for us. Boys were really tired the first half with the sun. I think we are not fit enough.
This playing at 2 o'clock did affect your rhythm today. Usually you're a much later team, 4 o'clock in the evening, but the 2 o'clock game must have affected your team.
Yeah, guys were dehydrated. I think what really made us lose was our composure. We didn't start well. We started running into them. We waited for them to come into us, which really bogged us down. They were gaining ground and really messing us up.
Well, Nick, not to worry. You've had a good season. Losing in the semi-finals is no big shame. I think there's next year to look forward to, and I know the Kenya Cup is within your grasp.
Well, we've been fighting for Kenya Cup, only to finish fourth, which is really pathetic for a good team like Nakuru. We have young players with raw power and aggression. I don't really think we are bound to lose. The guys were out to play. They played their hearts out last weekend during the qualifications. So I really think we need to really work so hard to win this Kenya Cup.
Well, Nick, thank you very much. I know that Nakuru will be back as your young team still has time to build up for the future. And now we move on. The captain of the winning side, Edwin Alubaka. KCB in yet another final of the Kenya Cup. Champions 2007. Is 2010 going to be your year?
Yeah, it is. We're working hard for it. I know it's not going to be easy. Last year we were runners-up, and this year we want to take it.
Edwin, and what was KCB's strengths today? I know Nakuru are not an easy opponent. How did you look into the game?
Today our pack was stronger. Set pieces, lineouts, scrummages, but we played 15th rugby. Yeah.
Philip Mwenesi, Dennis Mwanja made a big difference, stealing all of Nakuru's lineouts. Is this what made the difference up front?
Yeah, and we also played as a unit. We worked hard for this, we trained hard, and that's why we won, I'm sure.
Now with already yourselves in the final next week, does it really matter who you play next week, or you're ready for any opposition that comes your way?
We are ready for any opposition. We just have to stay focused, go back to Lions Den, and work harder.
Okay, and tell me, what is the strength of KCB's game this year?
KCB, our pack is stronger, we're mobile, and we're also heavier. So we can move around the pitch easier and to carry the ball also. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Edwin Albaka, captain of KCB. Your team is in the final and await the winner of the next game between Kenya Harlequins and KCB. Over to you back for the second half highlights.
Thank you, Herbert. And yes, the Nakuru captain did say that it was a lack of composure at crucial times in that match. And that is what was crucial for them. And the crowd building up although it was unlucky for Nakuru.